We in the office.
There's a price you pay for the game you play.
Oh! We in the office. Oh! Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Say It How You Feel. Shit.
Welcome back.
We appreciate y'all for listening to us. You know, we ain't nobody. Yet.
No, nigga, we everybody. You understand me? We about to get real spiritual in this motherfucker. But shout out to our brother Free. He couldn't be with us here once again. So, you know, it's me and Say. We holding it the motherfuck down. And if you didn't know my name, I'm Mo.
I'm Say.
Today, it might get a little deep, my nigga. So you might want to close the curtains. Light some candles if you need to.
White candles, by the way.
White candles.
Burn some motherfucking incense.
We're going to be talking real spiritual. All right? So, my precursor to this episode is I'm not religious. I'm not a religious man. I was raised in, Christian baptism. What's the word I'm looking for?
Churches, Baptist
Baptist church. I was raised in the Christian Baptist church. You know, my great grandmother is super spiritual, and I honestly attribute her being so spiritual and so religious to my success throughout my life, because I know without a shadow of doubt that she is always praying for me. I also charge that to the game of positive affirmation. I'm a super spiritual person. You know, I sit down on a regular basis and talk to myself, and when I feel like I'm talking to myself, I'm talking to the universe. God hit me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not set on any religion. I'm not Buddhist. I'm not Christian. I'm not fucking Muslim. Like, I'm spiritual.
With the universe.
I'm
and
spiritual.
That's going on around you.
And I believe there is a higher power. There is a purpose for life. There's a reason for us being here, and we are in tune with a certain consciousness if we want to be. You understand what I'm saying?
Fact.
And
yeah, nigga, spit it out.
When it comes to your spirit and your consciousness, you have a lot more control than what you think you do. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of religions demonize your control because they don't have control.
Or they don't understand it.
Because they don't have control.
Okay, let's talk about it. All right, we're gonna dig into it.
Let's get into it.
I'm gonna open this up by I know we were talking about this shit before, and you started to talk about it, and I was like, yo, stop. I want to save it for the episode.
Yeah.
You guys are about to get like a true, pure reaction to what the fuck happened to him last night.
Okay.
No. You don't get to go first, bitch. I'm so respectfully. You don't get to go first.
My bad.
I'm gonna open the floor, and then yeah.
Say what the fuck you got to say, nigga. Goddamn,
I'm gonna let it rip. However, you guys are about to get like a true, pure reaction into what he's about to say. So, really quickly, the way this episode came about was we were talking about spirits. And when I was in Japan, I got to bring it back. So when I was in Japan, I was always told, like, hey, it's a very spiritual country. There's, like, you see ghosts, you see figures and stuff like that, right? Mm-hmm. So what I'm going to tell everybody was stuff that I told you in the past and other friends. So my home in Japan was pretty big. It was like about, I think, 2,500 square feet, which is pretty big for a Japanese home. And we had a front yard, backyard.
Tie in the fact that everything is so small over there.
Extremely small. Like, it's very small.
So to have 2,500 square feet in Japan, my nigga, that's practically a mansion.
It is. And you know what made it so odd? I had the biggest home on the block.
I wouldn't have moved into that bitch.
Exactly. And that's the thing. So,
and he did.
Because I didn't know. I didn't understand. So when I moved in and everyone was like, yo, your house is fucking enormous, I didn't understand why. So one thing that I was in a car with him, was in work. I was in the military. And he was like, yo, do you know, like, when you have a very nice home or a big home like that in this area, it's typically because someone has died in the home. And Japanese culture is when someone dies in the home, they move. So I always said to myself, that makes sense because my house is fucking huge.
It was nice, though. FaceTiming this nigga and them sliding doors, bro.
Yeah.
That's a different vibe when all the doors slide instead of just open. I don't know what it is about it. Me being tall, I would hate the low ceilings that they have over there.
Yeah,
like when you go through the doorways.
Yeah.
Like that would be some bullshit. But the sliding doors is a fucking vibe. Like I don't know. I would have moved into that bitch too. Keeping it a stack.
Yeah.
It was very nice home.
Extremely. And to this day, if I ever get some money, which not if, when I get some money.
Come on, baby.
I'm
Positive
buying that bitch.
affirmations.
Facts. I'm buying
when,
that bitch.
not if.
I'm buying it straight cash.
You know why? Because we believe it.
That's right.
Wholeheartedly.
Anywho, so we moved
later.
into the home. It was me, my wife at the time, the kids. We moved into the home, and everyone would tell me, "Yo, your house is so nice." So I remember day one. This is where I fucked up. Day one, I moved into the home. I walked in. We were looking around, and everything was good. And I saw a gold sticker that had like a triangle formation. It was a shape. It was a gold sticker.
A geometric shape of a triangle.
Yeah, so it was a circle, and
Was a
inside
triangle
that
inside.
circle was a triangle
Okay.
with different type of symbols.
Right.
And I remember it was right above.
Were they Japanese symbols or like what kind of symbols?
It was just like, it didn't look like a symbol, but it didn't like
It didn't look like lettering
katakana or any of those Japanese lettering. It was just like a shape.
Okay.
And I had took the sticker. It wasn't kanji or anything. Kanji is like the strong Japanese symbols. It wasn't none of that. I just took it off, and I remember the day I took it off, no big deal. But I said to myself, why would someone put that so centered in the middle of the threshold of walking into my kitchen? Didn't make sense. So I took it off, and no big deal. I went upstairs. There was another one above the guest room that I had.
Same one.
Same exact fucking sticker, centered perfectly.
And you took that one off too?
Nope. And there was another one by as soon as you walk into my home, there's like a little coat rack area where you take your shoes off and you put them into a cupboard, which we had, a wooden like ancient cupboard. And I didn't take that one off either.
So you didn't take any of the other ones off?
Just the one in the kitchen.
Did you put that bitch back?
Nope. And watch what I'm about to tell you.
Okay.
So we moved into the home. There was no issues. Everything was cool. The first incidents that I noticed, right? I was at work. It was in the afternoon. And my wife at the time, she had texted me. She was like, yo, I got to tell you a story when you get home. I was like, all right, cool. No big deal. So I come home, and she kind of pulled me aside. She was like, yo, listen, today I was in the kitchen with the kids, right?
I don't think you told me this.
I did tell you this story, bro.
I'm so like invested in this shit right now.
Okay. So she's like, I was in the kitchen with the kids. She's like, I need you to like not freak out. I need you to be calm because I don't want them to freak out. I said, okay. She's like, I was in the kitchen, and upstairs we have a wooden house. And I'm going to try to post pictures on this episode about my house. It's a wooden house. So whenever anything is that, if you walking upstairs, you can hear it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're in the bathroom, you can hear it. If you close my door, anything that goes upstairs, you hear it. Because the old wooden house built in like 1947, I believe.
Oh, that's right after World War II.
Yes.
Atomic bomb's been dropped over here, cuz.
No. But you can feel it. Point of the matter is, she's talking about it. She's like, listen, I was in the kitchen. I was cooking. And the kids were both in the dining room. So my house was set up to where I had a kitchen and I had a dining room, a Japanese dining room where you sit in, put your feet inside in the middle of the floor. They warm you up and like it
so
keeps
it's
your feet
drop
up.
down.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a sink in where you put your feet in and it keeps you warm. It's I believe it's called kitakana. That's the kind of room it is.
Like the Japanese shit.
Yeah. So she's like, the kids were in there. They were coloring, and we heard upstairs like kids running, like ha ha ha, like laughing. Kids. She said she heard it twice. The kids looked at her. She looked at them, put her head down, and that was it. They never talked about it again. But she's like, I'm telling you, I know what the fuck I heard. And I was like, okay. And I remember when I told my boy that, he was just like, bro, same thing I told you about, like people die in the homes, blah, 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 they move out. Okay, cool. Fast forward. She was working one day, and this is the crazy experience I've ever had in my life. She was working one day, and me and the boys was at the kitchen table. I had put food down for everybody. We were about to eat and shit, and I emptied a bottle of Mott's apple juice, the same one you bought today. It was in the supermarket.
The big one?
The big one.
Okay.
Right? I emptied it out. I put the empty container on my kitchen counter. Okay? I turned to the boys, and then once I turned to the boys, the shit moved.
Shut the fuck up.
I swear to God on my kids and everything that I love, God, please strike me if I'm lying. The bottle moved as if it was about to fall over. You know how like you blow on it and it moves and it yeah,
like
it swirls.
The fucking like
the
a
rocking,
tippy top, like a tippy top type
exactly.
deal. Yeah,
but it was rocking in a circle, right? and then it stops. And then I open the drawer. I'm like, that was weird. And I blow on a bottle. The bottle does not move. Like I'm blowing, doesn't move. I open the drawer underneath the counter. I'm looking, doesn't move. I know I put it down, and then it moved after I put it down.
Like
you
put it down centered flat.
I forced, nigga. Like it was not going to move after I
placed
that
it. Motherfucker.
Damn near. And you know what happened? And I'm like checking. I'm looking under. I close the cabinet drawer. Look at my son. You know what my son tells me? That was weird. And I stayed quiet. I didn't say anything. And I was dead silent.
That's a no shit moment.
And
I would expect you to your son to be like, yeah, I seen it too, nigga.
That's exactly what I said. I swear to God, that's what I said. I was like, bro, yeah, I know. That was weird, right? He's like, yeah, he's like, that was weird. I was like, I know. And I was quiet. And I didn't say anything. So I'm going to fast forward again, right? That was back in October. Now, November, Thanksgiving time frame, I had people come over to the crib, and I told them that story about like what I experienced in the house, right?
This is such a creepy episode.
I know. One thing I've noticed, every time I've talked about what happened in the house, guess what happens?
Something happened where
Something happens in the house. So it was Thanksgiving 2018. Can't forget this shit. November 2018, right? I was talking about it. I had people come over to the crib. We were talking. I told them about that story. They went home. No big deal. I had a suitcase in the middle of my stairway to go upstairs. So I come downstairs. I was like, let me move the suitcase out the way and empty it. So when I come downstairs, bro, it was the weirdest feeling I've ever felt in my life. I was moving the suitcase. I put it behind me. I was like, let me go to the kitchen first. So I started walking to the kitchen. The suitcase fell over, and I felt the wind of it. I'm walking in front of the suitcase. It falls over. I feel the wind. I hear the psh, like it falls. I turn around. Guess what?
What?
Suitcase is upright. It never fell.
Shut the fuck up.
I swear to God on my kids, bro. I don't lie. And I turned around.
You heard it too?
I heard it. I felt the wind pass me as if it fell. I felt everything, and I got scared. So I was like, oh, shit, what the fuck was that? I turned around. The suitcase is standing upright. And I immediately caught goosebumps. I was like, oh, my God. I felt scared. Shit. And then guess what I heard? Hold on. It gets better.
Wait. You didn't hear the kids.
There's more. No. My neighbor was taking out his trash at the same exact time, right? His trash can doesn't make that kind of sound. But I turned around, and I was like, oh, my God, what the fuck was that? And then I hear my neighbor like throwing his trash out. I was like, oh, okay. Maybe it was my neighbor.
No.
It was it. Okay. Boom. Next thing you know, right? It was Christmas. I had people over for Christmas. I'm telling the same story. Same shit, right? I remember I came home from work early. My wife at the time and the kids were out. I came home. I walked in. I think the power was out from something. And
was that the hurricane? Or the typhoon?
Typhoon, yeah.
I remember talking to you about the typhoon at one time.
That's right. I came home. Typhoon.
And they got the dope ass shutters.
Yeah, I did. I had the metal shutters. Yep. I came home.
Oh, I remember this one. Okay. I don't remember the first two, but I remember this one. Go ahead. Keep going.
I walked through the front doors, and the moment I walked into the house, I'm by myself. Mm-hmm. It's the first time I've been in the house by myself, and it was dark. And I felt no. Something was like, Isaiah, do not go into this house. I think I even called you, my nigga, and I was like, yo, it's kind of weird right now. And I walked in, and I was like, whatever it was, bro, I was like, do not go upstairs. And upstairs was pitch black. It was mad weird. And
I remember that shit.
I was like, do not go upstairs. And then I walked into the home. I walked to the kitchen. I cut the lights on. And then I heard something drop upstairs. I ran out the crib. I closed the doors. I locked it. I said, I am not going back home until everybody comes home. I don't give a fuck.
I remember that shit.
And I literally drove to base. Nigga, I was just chilling. I was like, nope, I'm not. Yo, it was weird, bro.
See, I don't, the two before that,
yeah,
I no recollection of, but that one I remember because I called you talking about that.
Yes, I called you. I was like, bro, yeah. I was like, it feels weird. You just feel it. And at night sometimes, like, I'd be up and I would always look into like the dark space in my house in my corner, and I would always feel like something was watching me.
Should have tore off that sticker.
I know. So okay, to bring everything full circle, right? months, it was like years later, like almost right before we were getting ready to leave, I went to one of the temples, and they were selling.
Shout out to those temples because
Yes.
You visited a couple of those.
A lot.
And the one Monkey Joint I really want to go to this day.
Mm-hmm.
Like that shit looks super dope.
Mountain. Yeah. It's
like
dope.
that shit was dope as fuck. So I like watching your Instagram and everything was like, man, I want to take my family to Japan. I want them to be able to experience this. But at the same time, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Like the spirit part of that. It's like you go to these different cultures, these different countries, and you're immersed
Exactly.
in what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead, finish up, bro.
Yeah. So I remember I went to a temple, right, and it was a big deal. And when I went to the temple, I was looking around, and I know there's certain things in their culture that represent like power, symbols, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But nigga, you know what caught my eye?
That same sticker that you fucking tore off?
My nigga. I walked up to it. I walked up and they had a booklet. And there was a bunch of stickers. And I was like, excuse me, what are these? They say, hey, the lady was like in English. She's like, hey, you place these in your home to protect you from spirits. It's not a bad thing, but it's just like, hey, listen, you know, like this is a protected area of something that may or may not have been in that area. And I was like, really? I was like, what happens if you remove this? She's like, oh, you will have interactions.
Fucking terrifying.
I do you one better. This is when I knew I fucked up.
You didn't even take a sip. You put that bitch right back
I
down.
picked the cup up. I didn't even take a sip.
And put that bitch right back down.
That's how you know I'm talking facts.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
I got my boy. He's like family. It's my brother.
Mm-hmm.
We're family. We've been stationed in Italy. We everywhere. We've been friends for almost a decade. And him and our other family came over, right? And I was telling him the same every time I talk about it. What happens?
Something happens.
So I told him the story. Nigga was like, you know what this nigga told me? On my kids. I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in that shit. That's what he said to me. Okay. I said, yo, I literally bought a king size mattress and I bought Japanese beds. And I was like, listen, I decked the guest room out. It was the guest room was
the vibe.
Better than my fucking room.
The vibe.
Yes, it was the place to be.
A great host. That's what
facts.
he is.
Just
Great
like
host.
you. Just like you.
Oh man, thanks.
And I was like, yo, you can sleep in the guest room. He's like, nah, listen, we'll take turns alternating the king size bed. He's like, it's my turn to sleep in the living room. I told that story. The nigga told me to my face, bro, I don't believe in ghosts. I don't believe in that shit. I was like, okay. And I went to bed. I went upstairs. I put the kids to sleep early. We was drinking. I went to bed. My sister and brother went to bed, and then he was downstairs. I woke up early in the morning. I got ready to cook breakfast.
About what time?
8, 9.
Okay, all right. So it was early. All right.
When I came downstairs,
Okay.
he was up.
All right.
Let me just say that.
Yeah.
He was up, sitting down, like the nigga went through a fucking Jaheim music video. Like he was like touching his head. Yes, nigga, he was doing one of those. And I was like, all right. I thought none of it. It didn't pass my head. It didn't pass my head.
I did that shit just to comprehend what he said.
Yeah, like I was like, wow, okay.
So he was going through comprehension.
Nigga,
to understand
he
the
was
feelings
going through
this man was
something.
going through.
Facts.
He was trying to understand something.
So my washroom, like in Japanese culture, like I have a toilet and then I have a washroom. I go to the washroom, brush my teeth, go in the kitchen. I'm like, yo, what's up? You want breakfast? He's like, yeah, sure. So everybody comes downstairs, we mingling. He's still in the living room chilling. And then finally I come in the living room, I was like, yo, you good? He's like, yeah, I'm straight, man. I'm just chilling. And it was quiet. It was quiet for like a minute or two. He's like, yo. I was like, what's up? He's like, nigga, remember what you was talking about last night? I was like, yeah. He's like, I want to tell you something. I was like, what? He's like, nigga, your house is haunted. I was like, what you mean? He said, bro, I don't believe in that shit, but I know what I heard. And I was like, what did you hear? And I'm getting like goosebumps. I'm like, what the fuck did you hear? He's like, nigga, I was laying down, and you know I have sliding doors.
Yeah.
So the way my living room is set up, if you walk into my home, it's like a train apartment, but it's a house, right? So you walk into my home, it's like a train home. So to my left is my living room, which you slide a door open. To the right immediately is my toilet, which is right in front of the living room door, which you slide open as well. And then you walk about 6 feet, 12 feet forward, it's my kitchen, which is an open area, and then leads to my dining room to the left. He's like, nigga, as I was sleeping on the sofa in the living room, outside of the sliding doors, all I kept hearing was footsteps walking back and forth all the way until 5 a.m., bro.
Get the fuck out of here. He didn't get up one time to check?
I even asked him. I was like, bro, that was
He
me.
black?
Yeah, it's black dude. It's Big T. T, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. Hey, we ain't checking over shit.
That's right. Nigga, he's like, nigga, you know what he told me? He's like, yo, I didn't move. I was like, bro, are you sure? He's like, I'm telling you right now, dogs. I was like, that wasn't me. I was like, I even tried to downplay. I was like, that was me and the kids going to the bathroom. He's like, no. He's like, nigga, the sounds upstairs versus the sounds on the outside of your sliding doors, my nigga. You know the difference. And I knew he was talking about, because you can hear the difference in the wood. And he was like, bro, something was pacing back and forth all fucking night until 5 a.m. And then once you came downstairs, I knew I wasn't bugging. That's how I knew, because I heard you get out of your bed
and
walk.
That is fucking crazy.
He heard me, my nigga. He's like, I know it was you. I can hear everybody in the bathroom and still hear the pacing.
That is fucking crazy.
And he said the whole night the nigga did not sleep. Can't make this shit up.
Hey, man. Hey.
Okay.
That's a good story, dog.
I'm done. I'm sorry to get niggas goosebumps in, but that's real shit. Like, yo, Japan is that.
It's
life.
fucking crazy. I got goosebumps for real.
For the real story.
All right. So last night, no lie, and I have been kind of on this whole spiritual kick. You know what I'm saying? Like we've had several experiences, me and my family, throughout the past 7 years. You know what I'm saying? Since my daughter has come into this world, since I've been on my own, like living in my own spot, like, but I've always been spiritually inclined.
I'm sorry. There was one that you told me in Kuwait that you had with old boy in the room.
You want me to talk about that? Because I really feel like
that shit gave me goosebumps.
Okay, so this one, right? There was a couple. There was two of them, right? The first one I can remember when I was in Qatar, not Kuwait, Qatar.
My bad.
Was I woke up and I looked in the corner of the room and there was a person there. Like I could feel it. Like you know how you sense when somebody walks around you? I could feel there was a person there. And it wasn't comfort that I felt. I felt scared as soon as I woke up. And me like rolling over and looking to the corner of the room, I saw somebody there. And I just rolled back over and I just thought to myself, like, I'm good, I'm straight, I'm good. And I kept doing that same mantra to myself until Buddy came back. Luckily, I woke up and it's like I have been keen my whole life to that 2 to 4 o'clock time frame of waking up throughout the night.
Demon hours.
I'm not going to call it demon hours.
Okay.
I feel like it's spiritual hours. That 2 to 4 time frame is a real thin layer.
Let's say it's 3 to 4, but yeah.
I'm going to say 2 to 4.
No, I know.
They say 3 to 4. But that's only an hour. But no, it's 2 to 4 because that is the time frame that I've been waking up throughout my entire life randomly. In those hours, I've woken up.
And something's happened.
And it's not that something's happening. It's just that I wake up. I'm up at that time.
That's interesting.
So 2 to 4 is my time frame. Even on a regular night, I wake up 2 o'clock, go take a piss, come back, lay down, go back to sleep. 2 to 4 is my time frame. Okay. I'm gonna wake up at that time.
Okay.
And I had woke up. I didn't look at the clock that night, but I felt that presence, and that shit scared the fuck out of me. And I was up until he came off his shift at fucking 4:30, 5 o'clock. Is when he walked through the door. When he walked through the door, the light shined from the bedroom, like from the hallway into the room, and I could see it was a pile of laundry. I was fucking terrified.
Like a person, yeah.
I was fucking terrified until I saw that it was a pile of laundry.
But no, I'm talking about the dude that smelled and always had like an evil aura around him.
Oh yeah, okay. So we talking about same buddy, right?
Yeah, same buddy.
Talking about same buddy. The nigga stunk, bro. It was just he just had an evil, and that was from me waking up that night.
Right.
When I felt that, he came in the room.
Correct.
That's when he woke up. Okay. So cut back to Buddy. I went to sleep. He wasn't here. And the nigga stunk. I had a roommate in Qatar that smelled horrible all the fucking time. That was my first roommate there. He just stunk. I don't know what it was about him. The nigga smelled like fucking decaying carcass. And he left to go to work. When I woke up that night, I don't know what time it was because I didn't check the clock, and I felt that presence in the corner of the room. That night, bro, I was fucking terrified. I was fucking terrified at the fact, like, I knew somebody was there. I could feel somebody watching me, right? I stayed up all night until he came back. And when he opened the door, the light from the hallway shined on that fucking pile of laundry is what it was. And it lit it up. But I was awake that whole night.
Yeah.
That it was somebody in my room, right? He left shortly after that. Shortly after that, when he left, I got a new roommate. Even tying back to my childhood, you know what I'm saying? In my childhood home, I was always scared of my basement. My basement, they never did me wrong. I was scared of the room across from my room. I was scared of that room because I was sleeping in that room one day and I had a fucking vision of a fucking Indian walking out of that closet. A cool, like, Native American chief walked out of my closet.
When?
I might have been like 5, maybe 6 years old, bro.
I can talk about that too. That's
5, maybe 6 years old. And I saw this man walk out of that closet. And when he walked out of the closet, he stood at the edge of the bed and he put his hands on the foot of the bed and just looked at me. Terrified. Never slept in that room again until I got older and I realized, like, maybe it was a figment of my imagination. Tie it back into last fucking night. Last night, 2:30, I wake up to go take a piss. Between 2 and 4 are my hours of when I wake up. I might wake up at 2. I might wake up at 3:45.
Nigga.
I might wake up at fucking 2:45. But that's my window. I wake up every night between 2 and 4 o'clock in the morning. I wake up. I got to take a piss last night. And I was walking into my bathroom. I walked into my bathroom and my wife's office was a little bit open. That's where she do her work at. I looked in there and there was a little bit of light.
Light?
Not light, but like, you know, the aura.
Ambiance. Yeah.
The ambiance of the room. Any room that you walk past at nighttime, there's going to be an ambiance.
Yeah.
The ambiance of the room was subtle, but I saw a figure through the crack of the door. And I stopped before I walked in the bathroom and looked at the figure. And I was looking at that motherfucker and I was thinking to myself, like,
what did it look like?
I don't know what that is. It looked like a shadow. But I didn't feel fear.
You just felt like,
I just felt like,
something.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah.
I took my piss, and when I was pissing, I was thinking, like, what the fuck is that? And I thought to myself, I didn't feel fear. I didn't feel threatened. I didn't feel scared. And me being so spiritual as of late, you know what that might have been? It might have been my ancestor. It might have been somebody who was looking out for me. Because I didn't feel any I didn't get goosebumps from it. That's what's crazy about it. I didn't get goosebumps. I just saw it and was like, what the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying?
It's a shadow, though.
I didn't go to investigate after the fact, but it was like, what the fuck was that? So I took a piss and I came back, and when I walked back out the door, I looked in that room and it wasn't there. So I was like, you know what it was? I'm going to charge it to the ancestors. So I'm charged it to, because I didn't feel fear. I didn't feel scared about it. I went and laid down, no problem. Maybe 4 days before that, talking spiritual, talking consciousness, I've been trying to astral project for like 2 months. Can't get it down.
Why?
I don't know why the fuck I can't get it down.
What is wrong with you?
Because I the consciousness shit, bro. Like, that's all I've been keened into, bro. I'm talking. I was wearing the fucking
Something Maria bracelets
for my
shit?
fucking my chakras.
Yeah.
I was wearing a chakra bracelet for the longest because it was like I'm really keen on getting spiritual. Like, I want to be in tune with myself, because I have realized that I'm not me. I'm us.
Facts.
We're tied in. And you know that
Yes,
we're tied in.
I do.
Because we can vibe. We don't gotta be in the same room to vibe.
Nigga, we don't have
We
to,
don't have to talk to each other.
Exactly. We
to
be
vibe.
connected. And okay, so now we're talking about, I'm sorry.
So
Go ahead.
So I've been really keened in on this for a while. Okay, so my wife is a real, like, devout Catholic. So when it comes to me being spiritual in any other aspect, it's demonism. I don't want to hear that devil shit. I don't want to see that devil shit, right? And I am on this kick where it's like, I know that I'm deeper mentally than the physical plane. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
So that shit last night, bro, it really keyed me up on some shit like, you know what? It's going to come. This astral projection shit, me moving to that next dimension is going to come. It's going to come. I know it is because I'm guided by the ancestors. You understand what I'm saying? So, like, that shit, like, it didn't fuck with me. I wasn't scared. Like, I laid the fuck down and went the fuck to sleep, no problem.
I do you one better. not do you one better, but we were sitting here about a couple hours ago, and what just happened?
That shit drop off.
I know.
That's why when this shit drop, I was like, just wait on it. We're not gonna bring it up. Just wait on it.
We were sitting down, we're chilling, and then I'm telling you right now, the girls put their stuff up perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
They were gone for at least an hour and a half. At least an
hour.
We're sitting down talking, nigga. That shit fell, and I was like, oh.
And it's not that I don't feel a fear, bro. I don't feel a fear. I feel like I'm in control of whatever's going on, and whatever's going on is just trying to make itself known. So, and me trying to astral project, bro, I feel like I kind of welcome that fact, but at the same time, it's like I don't feel like it's evil. I feel like I'm being guided, bro.
Facts.
I really do.
All right, so listen, peep this, right? So my boy, he did what's called an Ashua experience. I don't want to really take away from the story.
I want to go. I want to do one of them. It's just so bad, bro. Well, DMT, ayahuasca. I want to go do that shit.
Well,
we
can do it.
I feel like it's in my spirit, my nigga. Something's calling me to do this shit.
I've spoken to people who are famous that have done it already. I've spoken to
it's
like
an ego
death. 3.
death.
No, they actually tell you don't do it until you're ready, and you sound like you're beyond ready to do it. I am feeling like I'm ready. And he was ready. Like most people that are ready to do it. So I was talking to him about it, and I don't want to kill his experience because we're going to talk about it on the show when we have him on. But one thing he told me that really stuck heavy to me is his experience. His experience talking about doing ayahuasca and all that other stuff and what he went through.
Ayahuasca.
Thank you. I was like, yo, what if it is a way to connect you to the future? Like, we started getting deep. I was like, what is time travel? Technically, I drove 3 hours to meet you. What is time travel?
Then you got here and it was like you didn't drive, did you?
Right.
Look at that.
I was like, what is me hopping on a plane, traveling 1 hour to meet you versus driving or walking 2 days? What is time travel? And I was like, yo, that's the type of shit that we talk about. And I broke it down. He was like, bro. So I want him to come on and tell his experience. I don't want to kill it, but like it ties into
the biggest
the
thing
next level
about this whole spirituality thing. Like I said, I'm not religious at all, but being spiritual, I look at it like this whole concept of time, of distance, is all off of perception. And when we go into our law enforcement training, perception is reality. Is it not?
It is.
Perception is reality.
But it's not. It is, but it's not.
Perception is reality. If I can justify my actions, that is what happened. That's reality.
But that is what we do now.
But it's not what it is. But you don't do come on, man. We here. We here.
That's what we do.
We here.
Yo, that's how we justify it, but that's not what it is. And that's one of the biggest things I always like, but it makes sense in a court of law, but it's not what it is. Yeah. And that's the same thing we do. There's many things that go on throughout the world, which I told you in my stories, that don't make sense. And it's like, nigga, what was that? When we were sitting here, we both looked at each other. He was like, don't even talk about it.
Yep.
I'm going to talk about
Charge it to the game.
Right?
We're going to talk about it later.
Right. And I believe it could be us.
It might be
signals.
Us manifesting
it could be something
that.
else. Exactly. It's so many things we could think about, but we don't know. And we're not trying to go down that rabbit hole. No. However, it's that type of thing. I'm going to end this with, not end it, but I'm going to bring up another big story that we had. I was at my mom's house. When I was a teenager, I would always feel like I felt something watching me. Just like Japan. Always felt like a heavy pair of eyes. The boys would be like, yo, we're seeing things in our room. Like my oldest was like, yo, that is like that. I see a person in my room.
See, and like my kids have never came to me about any experience.
My kids have.
That's what I'm saying. When it comes to what we got going on, when we were in Jersey, shit got a little weird there for a little bit, and it felt uncomfortable. But other than that one feeling, most of the time, whenever even when we moved over to Kings, when you came over to Kings Manor,
yes,
we moved over there. When we first got there, I have been really. I got a strong spirit. I done did a statement like, I'm that nigga. I'm here now. I don't give a fuck what you had going on before this.
It's me.
This is me.
Right.
So if you're going to be here, you're going to either gonna chill or you're going to get the fuck out.
You going to work together or we not?
Exactly.
Yeah.
At Kings Manor, I had the one experience where I walked down the hallway and I saw something. I let that motherfucker know what happened. Who I was didn't happen after. Since we've been here, I did that shit the one time, and ever since I started getting a little bit spiritual, shit been picking up a little bit more. Like I said, I tried to astral project not too long ago, bro, and I couldn't do it. I don't know what the fuck it was. Something was holding me back. I couldn't fucking do it. It's gonna happen, but I couldn't do it about a week ago. I couldn't do it. I don't know what the fuck it was. I had everything lined up. I felt good. I felt the vibrations. I almost felt the pop. And like right when you get to the end of the pop, it was like, like all the air came out my balloon. So it was like something's holding me back. And I feel like what was holding me back was what the fuck I saw last night. And I'm gonna have a conversation with that motherfucker tonight.
My boy,
I'll wait for you to leave.
No,
I'll wait for you to leave first.
I ain't tripping. My boy's gonna talk about like my boy has like there's a whole, you can connect with people.
I know.
And,
I done been there, bro.
Yeah.
I talked to my dog, my nigga Ty, bro. Rest in peace to my brother. You know what I'm saying? He came and talked to me about maybe 3-4 months ago. He came and talked to me. I had a dream and we had a whole conversation. Hadn't seen him before that, but we sat down. We had a whole convo. We smoked. We talked. He laughed and he told me, bro, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of what you did.
Facts.
And I felt that. I really feel like I'm keen on like my level there is keen, bro.
It's there. You're there.
I'm
conscious.
there.
However, like I said, there's a method to the madness that we don't understand.
Facts.
And when the kids, everyone that's like when the babies are talking to you, listen to them.
You better listen to them.
And when my kids told me, yo, we seeing shit in the room, I was like, all right, doors open and the light is staying on in the living room. Like the light will stay open in front of their room.
In the room.
And if it wasn't on, they would not go to sleep. And they would not go upstairs unless there was a light upstairs.
We can't be comfortable.
We cannot be comfortable.
We can't be comfortable. And I'm not going for that bullshit. Any
Yeah.
place we live, we gonna be comfortable. Because
Facts.
I'm gonna make it comfortable. That's the way we rocking. That one time that ever came out and said some shit to me, that's when I had came out and I saw what I saw at King's Manor. And I said what the fuck I said. And she was comfortable from there on out.
So anyway, real quick, just to wrap this up.
Let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Yeah. So I was in my mom's crib, right? I always felt things looking at me. But I remember the kids was there, which was so weird. We're in the room chilling. And then I remember I had put like a box of like the ramen noodles. It was a box of it, bro. I put it on top of the fridge all the way in the back. It was good. Everybody's in the room. We're all watching TV. It's quiet. The box flew off the fridge onto the floor and it hit. Once it hit, everybody's like, what the fuck was that? So I came out the room. I saw the box of noodles. I'm like, my mom was like, what was that? I was like, it was the noodles. She's like, but how the fuck did that fall off the fridge? And I was like,
same place you living in right now?
Yeah.
What?
General say. And yo, and not for nothing, it's my childhood home.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying? But I always felt like there's some eyes watching me. I definitely confirmed that. And then like the other day, I remember I went out to a club one night. I brought some food home. I put the food almost in the center of the table. I turned to walk to the bathroom. My whole food flew off the table, hit the chair, hit the floor.
I'd have been pissed.
I was mad as fuck, bro, because it was Haitian food.
And
it was
nigga drunk.
good.
Nigga drunk. Nigga wanna eat, bro.
The food was amazing. I looked. I was like, you motherfucker. And I picked it up, and I still ate it. I'm not even going to front. But I picked it up, and I was like, hey, it was good. I was mad, bro. I was like, what the fuck? But I was like, bro, I know I put the food to where it wasn't going to fall.
Yeah.
I know I'm not bugging. But like we talked about, man, there's so much things going on that we don't understand, that we can't comprehend, we can't reach.
The way we're going to close this out is I want you to sit down and really think. As a human being, you only hear so much frequency when it comes to wave.
Facts.
You only see so many frequencies when it comes to your sight. So your brain is deeper than what you see and what you hear.
Facts.
Don't be scared of what you see, what you hear when you're not paying attention.
Facts.
Key in on that, and you might be able to excel. You might be able to ascend. Because that is the overall goal.
Amen.
That's where I'm at, man. Judge me if you want to. Fuck, nigga. Judge me if you want to. I'm here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to a higher plane. I'm going to be in a higher plane.
Facts.
I believe it.
Amen. I'll be right there with you.
Fucking love y'all, man.
Anyway, thank you guys for listening again. Thank you guys for joining us on another beautiful episode. Say how you feel.
This shit was kind of, I feel weightless. I feel lighter. You know?
As always.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. That was you?
You heard it?
That was you.
What
right?
was that?
I swear to God. That was an iPad. What was that?
That shit just, out of nowhere? Come on, baby, talk to me nice.
That was you? That was an iPad?
That was iPad.
Oh my God, nigga. I was like, nigga, I know you heard that.
I heard it.
Shit back.
I heard it. I heard it.
Yo. Anyway.
We here. We love y'all. Y'all love us. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Say How You Feel.
See you guys next week. I'm Say.
Fuck with us.